another very special state championship episode of the Playbook because I'm here with the state champion Merryville Lady Panthers. Thank you so much for joining me, Coach Fortenberry.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And then in the back here we have Adeline Fontenot, Raylan Williams, Karis Fortenberry, Avery Canoyer, and Miranda Williams, or the Queen as she's called, as I've heard she's called. And thank you guys again so much for joining us here on the show. And I'll start with Avery. Just when that Midland 3 missed and that clock hit 0, just what were those emotions just run into the rest of your team?
Obviously, I was really happy. I think I did know. I heard the whistle blow. So in the back of my mind, I was like, no, that didn't count. I didn't know if they were going to, like, review it, but I was like, no, it didn't count. Like, we're still up. We're okay. Yeah. I just wanted to, like, honestly, when we went to the huddle, I just wanted to make sure everybody knew, like, we're still up. Like, it's okay. Yeah. Like, all we have to do is, you know, we can't let them score. If they try to, don't let them shoot a 3. If they get to the goal, just don't foul them. That's really what I was thinking the whole time. Yeah, and then how about that final missed 3 where you guys actually, the buzzer sounded and then you were the state champions. What were those emotions like? I didn't, honestly, like, I didn't know how to feel. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it happened. I still can't believe it happened. It was so, honestly, I just wanted to go to my team, wanted to go to my coaches. I just wanted to celebrate at that moment. And then, you know, all I could hear was our community cheering us on, and I was just so unbelievably happy. It was incredible. Yeah, and then Miranda is the lone senior of the group here. Just however 6, I don't even know how many years you guys actually play in high school, but after all that work, and then to finally become state champions.
It was amazing. It felt like a dream. We had worked so hard, preseason, off-season, putting in the work on and off the court. It was just amazing just to be with my team in the huddle and just like hearing the crowd, hearing the fans, and it just felt amazing. Yeah, and just back to you, Avery. Just with this such a young team, with the 3 8th graders obviously behind me, not a lot of people picked you to go as far as you did this year. Just was that an underdog mentality that you guys kind of embraced from the beginning, or how much did you guys buy into? Oh
yeah, I mean, we knew that we were good, but we also did know that, you know, going into games and stuff, when you do have younger players, I wouldn't say you're necessarily at a disadvantage, but just the when you're going against, you know, seniors, they're like, y'all are like 14 and you're going against 18-year-olds. I mean, a lot of times it is like, just because they haven't played as much, which, I mean, obviously at the end of the day it didn't matter. And I think we did know that there was a chance that we would go against older kids that with more experience. But at the end of the day, you know, we just try to play as a team, and they didn't let that scare them, you know, since they were younger, and it all worked out. So. Yeah, and then Miranda being the oldest one of the group, just how did you really step into a leadership role this year? And obviously the queen, so I assume that's, that must be kind of a role that you took. But just how was that like this year for you?
It was amazing. I love all my teammates so much, and they look up to me and Avery. They're very easy to like say little tips and tricks for them. They take it very well, you know. They never complain about anything I try to tell them, so they're a good group. It's a good group.
Yeah, and obviously you had that big and one in the semifinals. That was a heck of a play. And just what was it like getting past just in the semifinals there and just making that such a big play in such a big moment?
It was amazing. I was just praying that it went in because I was on the ground, so I was like, this has to go in, this has to go in. But it was amazing. I'm glad my sister made the free throw at the end. Like, that was just to really seal it all off, and it was just fun.
Yeah, and Stormy, obviously you start 3 8th graders. Only 4 kids on this team are in high school, really. Just what was that like, just trying to coach all these different age groups all together and get them to obviously one goal?
We knew going into the season like that we had a lot of youth on our side, and that we had these 2, our 2 captains, and then we have another junior cast that we knew like it was going to be a season with some growing pains, and so from the very beginning of the season, like they're used to playing in bigger moments and stuff, but these younger ones haven't had that experience, and so like it's not only growing pains for them, but it's growing pains for us as a team. And how do you lead them through that? And that's one of the things that we tried to focus on. And I think everybody bought into it, and so we were just like, okay, like let's do this. Who cares about how old we are? And one of the things Avery said earlier this year, it's not necessarily about your age, it's about your skill. And they worked really hard. They fundamentals, like all of those little things that we tell them, hey, you're probably tired of doing this, but like it's necessary. And ultimately, things went in our favor this year. So I mean, it paid off.
Yeah, and just what was the area of growth you saw the most out of these 3 8th graders, obviously having to step up and play 4 years ahead of their time, basically?
Yeah, we have some moments on video with some of these where they're throwing the ball to each other at the beginning of the season and it's hitting them in the head, or they're throwing back, like just backcourt stuff. And it's like sometimes our youth does show, and we've documented that well to be able to have some laughs at it. But just stuff like that, you know, a junior or a senior who's had that experience maybe wouldn't make those mistakes, and we just have a lot of brain farts sometimes, but they work through them, and they took, you know, every game and they grew from it and they learned from it. Yeah,
and as a coach, do you feel like you embrace starting those younger players more? Obviously, Avery started when she was in 7th grade, and all. Is that something that in your mind you don't really matter how much experience they have? It's just the fun of watching them all grow up.
Yeah, well, we start with this at our school because we're a pre-K through 12 campus. So the benefit to that is we get to coach them from like when they're in 5th grade, like because we started, and especially with this 8th grade group, that was our first group to have a 5th and 6th grade basketball team was with them, and so they're learning the same thing in 5th grade that we're doing at the high school level. And I mean, we even still now, I mean, we're still over the 5th and 6th grade stuff, and so like that, to me, that has paid off huge. And I mean, these girls, I think Avery practiced with us in 5th grade as a manager, like 5th and 6th grade, because they can't start playing until 7th grade for us. And so they've, you know, just raising them up and them buying into the system, I guess. Yeah, and just it amazes me because I'm from Chicago, and I mean, you start when you're a freshman in high school. You don't start when you're in 7th or 8th grade. But it's just crazy how much you can learn from just playing basketball, playing in those settings. Where I mean, Avery's going to have 6-7 years of like actual high school basketball to go off of, and when she gets into college, I know I said this is, that's just great for everyone. But just when she goes into college and she's obviously being recruited, I think that comes into play. Have you heard that like she's got 2 more extra years, and maybe that's a positive for her? I mean, I don't see how it couldn't be a positive for you know. I mean, playing, you know, on the high school varsity level when you're in junior high, like that's not a normal thing. Yeah. But it's normal for Merryville, and like even, I mean, I'm from Merryville. Like we did it when we were in junior high and high school. So I mean, it's just it pays off like in the long run. Yeah, and then obviously you do have a junior and a senior, and another junior as well. Just the queen specifically. What does having her on this team as a senior mean? Oh my gosh! Look, I'm gonna try not to cry. Like this. Stop. I know. I'm sorry. It's so special, like, and like just such a wonderful leader. And that was one of the things. Like we knew we were young, and like that. We do, like, there are possibilities, you know, hopefully in the future for us to make it back and, you know, to be able to defend this title. But like one of the things, like I wanted it for her because such a great kid and has overcome so much. Like she tore ACL the end of her freshman year, was out her sophomore year, and actually tore MCL this year in the beginning of the year. So like we didn't know what that was going to look like, and to like watch this kid grow up and to like 6th grade, like she was ready to roll out at one point because of the plays or whatever. But like to see her to where she is now, I'm so proud of her, and I'm so happy that we were able to do this with her. And I love you. I love you, Nana. Just what does that mean to being able to hear that from your coach, Miranda?
It sounds amazing. I've definitely had some things to overcome from playing this whole time, but to have great teammates, great coaches, and parents who would go 10 toes behind for me is just amazing to hear.
Yeah, and I'm curious, Avery, just what is this team dynamic like off the court? I mean, you got 12 or 13-year-olds, and obviously Miranda's a senior. Are you guys just driving them around everywhere, just carpooling?
Honestly, yeah. Since it is our school is pre-K through 12, it's a small school, you know. We all have the same lunchtime. We're all hanging out at lunch together. I will say, yeah, like they're like 12, 14. I mean, I would say we're not the most mature kids, if you know what I mean. I mean, no, we'll all hang out. We all love each other so much. You know, this is all of our second family. Yeah, we're always in the gym. So the little time we do have outside of the gym, it is mainly with each other. So we all love each other, and I think that's a big part of, when you do win a state championship, you have to have good team dynamics and good chemistry. And again, I think a big part of our success was because that we love each other.
Yeah, and well, you had a pretty successful season yourself, obviously, and 3,000 points is a really big milestone. It may not be in the Knoyer household, I'm not sure, but I mean, in normal places, it's a really big milestone. Just what did it feel like getting to that number for you?
No, I was so blessed to be able to hit that, especially in the quarterfinals. Whenever we did punch our ticket to the tournament, that was even better. And again, I had all my teammates by my side. I had the whole community was there. I don't know if there was a single person in Merryville that wasn't there. Again, it was amazing. My family was there. I'm just so blessed to have this team on my back, and because it couldn't have been done without them, without God, without my coaches. She probably passed me all the, she had so many assists that, it couldn't have been done without any of them.
Yeah, and obviously in the post game, you said, "Well, my sisters don't have these 2 trophies, so I must have been doing something right." Just what was it to be the first Knoyer to actually reach this?
Again, it felt incredible. Just in general to do this for the first time in history was amazing by itself. Again, I'm just so blessed. All glory to God. Like, it couldn't have been done without Him. I'm just so happy we were able to get it done.
And basketball being such a big part of your family, I assume you're probably a little competitive with your sisters there. Did she say anything about?
She was proud. She was. At the end of the day, she was just glad that Merryville got it done. I think. Of course, whenever you graduate without winning a state championship, everyone's a little bit upset. But I think at the end of the day, everyone, our whole community, my whole family was just glad that Merryville finally, got a state championship in girls basketball.
Yeah, well, speaking of family, I can't prove it, but I think all of you in the town are related for some way, somehow. But just what is it like having all of those family dynamics and trying to coach all of that? Does it make it difficult? Does it make it easier?
She knows I'm looking at her because I have some sister rules, like no fighting, no biting. But I said in the interview earlier, like there are so many dynamics. Of course, coaching my daughter is one of them, and my husband helps coach. And then Avery and I are first cousins. You got the Williams sisters, Miranda and Ray, and then Addie and Carly are sisters, and then we have Cass and Kendall, another set of sisters, and so then we have little sisters that are the managers, and so it's interesting, but ultimately, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing, and so we put it aside when we're on the court, and we roll with it. So.
Do you all just have one big Thanksgiving dinner together? You just might as well.
We might as well. Yeah, might as well. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And just let's talk about Karis for a little bit. Just what is it like coaching your younger daughter to obviously get the pinnacle of what you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, coaching her, it's been a roller coaster. We had to set some boundaries early because she played for us her 7th grade year, but this year has really stepped into a huge role. And so we had to set boundaries as a family, like when do we turn off basketball and when does it come back on? And so, but she has I'm beyond proud of her this year. And she really, to me, really stepped up and embraced the role that she has been given. And yeah, I'm thankful to be able to have done this with her.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Just obviously you said your husband's the assistant coach, and
yeah, he's one of them.
Just basketball is basically it runs your family pretty much.
Yeah.
It seems like. Just what is it like having a sport at the center of all that?
Well, I know, coaching in general, and anybody who has coached or has been married to a coach, the time that gets put into it, and a lot of times, those families aren't always together and able to do that together. And so whenever I took over as head coach, that was one of the things that I'm like, no, my family is going to be involved in this, and we are going to do this together. And so my youngest daughter, she's sitting over on the side, but she's our manager. And I mean, to be able to do that, because you're late nights on the road and in the gym, and so that the fact that we have been able to do that as a family has been very special, and I'm so grateful to be able to do that with them.
Yeah, and you got a lot of support, obviously, from the town. I don't think there was anybody left in Merryville when you guys went to Hammond, and I think the only reason why you haven't been Team of the Week yet is because you guys run out of people in your town to actually vote for you guys. But just talk about what the support has been like through this whole journey.
That's been insane, and I think has been a little unexpected for all of us because, I mean, it's been a while since Merryville has been able to do something on this stage, and to see the community just support these girls and spoil them the way that they have been spoiling them. And they had multiple send-offs, and one of them was on a Sunday, and the number of people that showed up for that, we were just like, oh my goodness. And I joke around like, well, they closed Stu's Grill on both occasions for it, and they made them, we call them swag bags, and they had them on the first trip, and they're like, we get them again. And then the number of people that have been feeding them since this has happened, and I don't know what they're going to do when all this stops, but it's been overwhelming and very humbling, the support from the community, and we appreciate it.
Well, it sounds like you're getting treated like a queen over there in town. Just what has it been like being a local celebrity there in Merryville?
It's fun. I really like to soak it in, enjoy it. It's something special, to have a community that supports you and that shows up for you in away games, home games, state games. It's a good culture.
Yeah, and Avery, just now that you've won the state championship, that underdog mentality really isn't going to be there next year. You're going to be the team to beat. Yes. Do you feel like you guys are ready to take that kind of challenge on as well?
Oh yeah, I don't think we'll back down from anything. I've already been heckling at her about the top teams we need to schedule. I think I easily think we could do it again. I mean, I don't think we're not going to back down from anything. I know that we're a good team, and hopefully, if God allows it and we stay healthy, we'll be back there. We'll be back in the tournament next year.
And Miranda, obviously, you won't be able to ride that ride one last time with this team, but just what are your future plans look like? Do you have any idea of colleges, what you're going to be studying, or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going to go to McNeese and do nursing since I no longer will be doing basketball. But I'm going to miss it, but I'm just ready for my journey to really start.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't tear your ACL or MCL or anything like that in nursing, or you're actually working on those different things. Did doing those injuries kind of ignite that passion for you to be nursing, or is that something you always wanted to do?
I'd say it's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, well, congratulations, and good luck with the rest of the way that you guys go. And just looking at next year for you now, obviously, normally you'd leave half your roster because they're all seniors and they all graduate and do amazing things. But you're coming back with some freshmen now that you can say that they're actually in high school, and obviously Avery's coming back as well. Just what are you most excited for next year?
I'm excited just for the future with them, and I hope that what they've experienced this year, because it's like, where do you go from here? And hey, you're as young as we are, and they won state, and so I hope that leaves them hungry. And I mean, I already see it like this past week, like them putting in work. That I'm like, hey, you have the week off because I'm also the track coach, so we're moving right into track season. But they're and especially I know Miranda's graduating, but the other four they're on to AAU, so they were in a gym Sunday, and so they just it never stops. But they love the game of basketball, and so I just hope that they stay hungry for it and they continue to put in the work and give God the glory, because that's why we're here. And so yeah. And Avery, it's a couple weeks out now. I know the main quote from you after the game is, "This does not feel real." I don't even know if I'm still dreaming or what. Has it started to set in a little bit? Do you feel like a state champion?
A little. I think again, we're getting so many things from so many people. I do still feel like, why are we getting all of this? I don't know. It's just, again, it doesn't really feel real. I think I'm just so amazed by what everyone has done for us, and I'm so blessed. It still doesn't feel quite real to me. I don't know. I'm just so happy about all of it. Yeah,
and then going into your senior year, just what are some goals that maybe you've already set for yourself, or you're looking ahead to accomplish next year?
I honestly, what other accomplishments? Not get another one of these. No, I just, like you said earlier, I know we'll be the team that people are gonna want to beat, but it's no fun without pressure. It's. If no one is out to get you, what's the point of even playing? Honestly, I mean, I think I'm excited for next year. It'll be fun. Now goals, I mean, I don't know. I'm still like, this was my main goal. And, since I was a little kid, that's all I wanted. I mean, it would be awesome to have another one. I'm already ready to get the season started. It just ended.
well, you got to get through track first, obviously, and then maybe we can go on to the next. But Coach, I'll ask you the same question. Has it feel real yet that you're coach the state championship team?
No, it does not seem real. And the number of like text messages that I have received, I get overwhelmed with text messages anyway, but the support just from, even other coaches and everything, and they're like, just enjoy it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this really happened. And to be able to do it with this group of kids, and it's a great group of kids, but it's still, it doesn't seem real half the time. I'm like, oh, we did that. We did. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And is there anything you want to say to the Merryville faithful that's watching this show and just came out to support you guys?
Oh, thank you, Merryville. Like, and even our surrounding communities. I mean, they have been amazing from the beginning, and the to see them in the stands, and like, it's just that's overwhelming. And to see like even people that don't have a kid on the team or a grandchild on the team, they just the Merryville faithful, like they come out, and that's been very overwhelming and very appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you again for coming on. I do appreciate it, and thank you guys for also coming on and answering some questions. And we're just sitting in the back and and thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Playbook and supporting the Final Buzzer show from the entire year. We're following along with Merryville through all their different games and highlights. So if you missed any of those, they're on our website, so make sure you go check those out. And we'll see you next week for the next episode of the Playbook. Thanks so much.